Kevin Costner is 68 years old, and damn does he still have it. But if you have not been following the Kevin Costner, Christine Baumgartner drama, then you are missing out, because it is more drama than Yellowstone. Kevin and Christine got married back in 2004 at his Aspen Ranch, and they've been married for 19 years when she, out of the blue, decided that she didn't want to be married anymore. So she told Kevin she was going to file for a divorce for irreconcilable differences. Kevin did not understand. He was completely blindsided by this, but hey, it happens, so he went along with it. But there was a little bit of a problem of their prenup, and Christine now is trying to get out of their prenuptial agreement. The couple have 3 children, 2 boys, 1 girl, as seen here. And back in May, early May, Christine decided she didn't want to be married again. Kevin, by all accounts, was blindsided by this. It was not what he wanted, but it was what she wanted. So they went back and forth for a couple of weeks because there were terms of their prenup that provided for her leaving the house, but provided for her spousal support. Everything was taken care of in the prenuptial agreement, but she did not seem to want to follow the prenuptial agreement. See, Kevin had been married before, and he did not like the fact that whenever he got divorced, his property was split. So in the prenuptial agreement, he provided for his home, her home, all of the details that they were to split by. And she was to leave the house within 30 days. Well, she did not leave the house within 30 days. So she's going back and forth. They agreed to tell the kids together. She's going back and forth and waffling on it, on when they're going to tell them and when she's going to leave. So Kevin said he'd had enough, and he filed for divorce and then told the kids by Zoom. According to the terms of the prenuptial agreement, he paid her $100,000 on the day they got married, $100,000 on their 1-year anniversary, and $1 million when she filed for divorce. He also agreed to pay $200,000 for her moving expenses and to pay the rental insurance or the homeowner's insurance for the first year after they were divorced. Now, recognizing that this was many years ago that they signed this prenuptial agreement, Kevin, out of the goodness of his heart, offered to pay her moving expenses and offered her an additional $38,000 a month in child support, bringing the total to $68,000. Problem is, she doesn't like the fact that Kevin lives on this beautiful 1.4-acre overlooking the ocean property in California, and she cannot afford to live in that same property. So he had to actually force her to leave. He had to take her to court to get her to get out of the house. 1 week after that filing, she filed her response indicating that he was trying to oust her and her kids from the home that they had grown up in their entire lives. You asked for the divorce, ma'am. Okay. But she also asked for a whopping $248,000 a month in child support. In asking for that monumentous amount of money, she stated that Kevin was bringing in $1.5 million a month and that kids had grown accustomed to a certain style of living. Now, keep in mind that they had 50-50 custody. They both sued for joint custody, so they have 50-50 custody, but she's still asking for $248,000 a month in child support. Christine stated she never touched the money that he gave her as part of that prenuptial agreement, and that he was trying to get her to touch that money so that he could claim she waived all right to contest the prenuptial agreement. While they were arguing against this $248,000 a month in child support, Kevin Costner argued that most of this money was actually going to her personal trainer, to her clothes and jewelry, to her gifts for her friend, to her plastic surgery in the amount of, oh, that's right, $188,500. Girl, I got a plastic surgeon that'll do that shit for you cheaper. Much, much cheaper. In response to her $248,000 demand for child support, Kevin countered with $51,940, plus paying for the private school of their youngest child, the car expenses for their oldest child, any extracurricular activities, plus their health insurance. Baumgartner, of course, rejected that amount and stated that she wanted $217,300. Back in July, the judge, after hearing all of this evidence, temporarily gave her $129,755 a month. This is all during the same hearing where he's trying to get her to leave the house. Remember that they separated, decided to get a divorce back in May, and per the prenuptial agreement, she had 30 days to vacate the house. Well, she asked the judge to give her till August the 31st. He said, I'll give you till July 13th. The judge said, we'll give you till July 31st. Split the baby on that one. And during all of this, he's paying for her legal expenses too, $105,000. Hey, I don't do family law, but girl, Kevin, I'll represent you. I will represent you for sure. Now remember that by the time this thing actually went to trial a couple weeks ago, Kevin had offered to pay her $38,000 a month on top of the $30,000 a month that she was due under the prenup in child support. $68,000 total, and he was temporarily paying $129,000 a month in child support. But at this hearing a couple weeks ago, Well, Christine came down on her demands a little bit, but she still wanted $168,315 per month. But the judge said, girl. So, yeah, that $168,000, we know you're going to spend that on your clothes and on your jewelry and on your spa treatments and on your plastic surgery. I don't know who you are going to, but, ooh, there are cheaper people out there. But either way, he said not so fast. Anything more than $63,209 would be spousal support disguised as child support. So in the ultimate fuck around and find out category, Christine walked out of that courtroom with $63,000 a month in child support whenever Kevin offered to pay her $68,000 a month. So there's that. Bless. I don't know where you're going to get your plastic surgery done now. But still, I think that my guy would probably still work within that $60-something thousand. Yeah, we can take care of you. Just call me. The final hearing on their prenuptial agreement and whether that is valid or not has been set for November, and we will stay tuned.